Dear students, we will continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 1, crop production and management. And today we will discuss some more agricultural practices. So let's begin. Adding manures and fertilizers. Adding manure. Plants need nutrients for their growth. These nutrients are obtained by plants from the soil. If same crop is grown on the same land one after the other, then it reduces certain nutrients from the soil, due to which the crop production reduces. In such case, if land is left uncultivated for some time, then these can be replenished, that is, becomes available again. One more method to ensure nutrients in the soil is by adding manure. Manure is an organic substance which is obtained from decomposition of plants or animal waste. Usually, plants and animal waste is kept in the pit at open places. Microorganisms decompose the waste and produce organic manure. Adding fertilizers. Another way of enriching soil with nutrients is by use of fertilizers. Fertilizers are chemical substances produced in factories and are rich in particular nutrients. For example, NPK contains nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium nutrients. Other fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, etc. By using fertilizers, the production of wheat, paddy and maize is significantly improved. However, due to excessive use of fertilizers, soil becomes acidic or alkaline, because of which soil becomes less fertile. Even though fertilizers are very rich in nutrients, but still we should encourage the use of organic manure because of many advantages. These are: manure provides lot of humus to the soil. It enhances water holding capacity of soil. It loosens soil so that roots can breathe easily. It increases useful microbes in the soil, and it also improves soil texture. Crop rotation. There is yet another very efficient way to enrich soil with nutrients. It is by crop rotation. Growing different crops alternatively one after another in the same land is called crop rotation. Irrigation. In a crop fields, seeds can germinate only when there is availability of sufficient amount of water. Furthermore, plants also need water for growth and development of flowers, fruits and seeds. Plant roots absorb water present in the soil. The supply of water to the crops at regular interval is called irrigation. Sources of irrigation. Various sources of irrigations are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams and canals. Traditional methods of irrigation. Moat, that is pulley system, chain pump, dhekli, rahat or level system are some of the methods to bring out water from wells, lake or canals and irrigate the land. These methods are based on cattle or human labor. Therefore, these are cheaper and less efficient. Modern methods of irrigation. These methods are more economical and effective as compared to traditional methods. Sprinkler system. This system consists of vertical pipes provided with rotating nozzle on the top and are joined to main pipelines at regular intervals. With the help of pump, water is allowed to flow through these pipes under pressure. The pressure of water makes the nozzle to rotate and water is sprinkled on the crops similar to rain. Drip system. In this system, the water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. So it is called drip system. It is the best technique for watering fruit plants, gardens, and trees. Due to drop by drop irrigation, there is no water wastage in this system. This system is very useful in the regions where the availability of water is poor. So students, that's all for today. Thank you.